Welcome to the beautiful state of Washington. Welcome to the beautiful state of Spokane. It is a gorgeous day, and welcome to my watermelon. So yesterday's progress got halted and admittedly lost a little bit of motivation at one point, which was kind of terrible, and I'll show you why. It's nothing devastating, it's just more annoying than anything. So yesterday we talked about going upstairs, and when I was upstairs I was like, I'm gonna yank down the ceiling lats and then we'll have full access to the ceiling so we can see where some of these gas lines run, some of the electrical and whatnot. So boom, we are upstairs and I got some cleanup done, but here's what happened. If we look up here, see that tiny little space, right? 3 spans wide, so roughly 4 feet by maybe 2 feet. Well, that is filled with that insulation that you see up there, which is like basically shredded newspaper and wool and all sorts of just shenanigans like that. The issue is not the insulation, the issue is getting rid of the insulation. This pile of insulation right here, this little bitty pile, okay, it's not that little, because when you think about that came from here, and then we look at this whole thing, and we realize that there is more and more and more of that. Getting rid of it's going to be hard. So I tried a shop vac. That was dumb. That was not effective. There's just not enough room in it, and it clogs up. It fills up too fast. And then I've got no bags to put it in, really, and it's just going to take way too long to do it like that. So I'm trying to figure out a solution for how to clear out this insulation as fast and as easy as I can. I think I've got some ideas. If you've got ideas, throw them down in the comments, because it's really annoying that I've come this far and that is kind of a holdup, because that seems really silly. I mean, I can't get a dumpster, you get a dump truck, right? Like, I can't fix the plaster, cool, we're going to tear it down, we're going to do sheetrock, put all that stuff there, right? Each of these challenges, we're finding solutions, and I'm fixing them as I go, and then this one comes along, and it seems like it should be easy, it should be simple, and honestly, it's not. And here's the thing. Let's go up into the attic real quick. Started tearing down some of the plastic, so there's plastic there, but there's a little door here. I don't think I showed you guys this, but this is another attic, and it is also full of that stuff, and screens, and fabric, and weird crap that also needs to be cleared out. So I've got to clear this insulation out no matter what. So figuring that out is very high on my priority list today. But yesterday when I went to a few stores to try to figure some things out, they make a vacuum. They make an insulation vacuum specifically for this. Oh, sweet, just get that. They're $4,000. I found one for like $2,500, but I don't think that this is a $2,500, $4,000 project to clear out this insulation. I mean, it seems excessive. So I'm going to try to find some workarounds for that. To rent one, I found them as low as $300 per day. And that just seems wild, because this is not a single day project. That's probably going to take a while to do, and I want to be able to clear it as I go. So figuring that out is very, very high on my priority list today. But, in a project like this, there's always something to do, right? So yesterday, when that kind of came to a halt, I wasn't ready to call it quits. I knew I needed to do something, so you saw there's some cleanup done up there, because you can always pick up a broom. But the other thing that got to take care of was got to do some denailing, which is pulling nails out of all of these studs. All of them. And that's a lot, right? So if we take a look at this lat, and you can kind of see where the studs run, there's a nail in every one of those pieces of lat, in every one of those studs. Sometimes the nails come out with the lat, sometimes they don't. Let's take a little look-see at one of these studs. I'm just going to find a good one that'll really show you what we're dealing with. Nail, 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 nail. There are nails everywhere in them, and we're taking them all out because I don't want to hit them with drywall, and I know that the little bit of annoyance now will save me a lot of annoyance then. Also, when you get kind of tired and you're a little further along, but you're not ready to call it quits, it's an easy thing to do. It's just monotonous. So that was kind of what happened there. Also, if we look up here, there used to be electrical wires. They're gone. They're down here. We threw them out. We got rid of them. The one that was up here that ran down to that switch, gone. We're starting to terminate and get rid of these runs as we find them and as we can source them out from beginning to end. We're getting rid of them. So progress is still being made forward. I just a little worried about that insulation one because it seems like it could potentially be not a showstopper, but a significant show delayer. And that's not really my style. It's not really what I'm into. But let me show you some things that we found in the house recently that I hadn't shown you yet because there's some pretty cool things going on. Let's walk out front real quick because I'm going to show you what is going on here. So this house has been through a lot of changes and updates. My mom is a super sleuth and has been doing a bunch of research and has found a bunch of like previous work orders and stuff. Even found a picture of this house when it was red that was probably from roughly 30 years ago. It was red and white. But if we look up here and you look right here, right, that section is supposed to be open. The original design had that open. They closed it at some point. Those aluminum windows are probably circa 70s-ish, right? So I don't like it. I think it's ugly. I don't think it's how it should be. It really detracts from the overall style and character of the house. And with the goal being to bring the house back to its character and kind of give it that old feeling and that ornateness that really went into these beautiful old houses and the craftsmanship that went along with it, I want it gone. So what does that mean? That means up here, these are all bags of blown-in insulation, which again, insulation takes up a lot of space and weighs nothing. It's annoying. We look at the ceiling and we've got this opening. So let's go up in here. Wow. There we go. You can kind of see it. Look at that. That's like a turquoise color. And just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Oh, another gas pipe right up there. Sorry, the camera's a little unwieldy. But we got all this, and it's all been preserved, and it's beautiful. And so this whole archway, that whole archway opens up. So that will be happening at some point. Which is super cool. I love the idea. I'm excited about it because that means that this bedroom and this bedroom will have access to that just beautiful front balcony out there. So I love it. I'm excited about it. Still trying to figure out some things. As we look through these work orders, or not work orders, building permits, we're kind of figuring out about the time frame for this stuff. And when it was a quadplex, especially the staircase, because when the staircase was added, it would be like when this was added up here to the outside of the house. It looks like some work was done in the 50s. There's a bunch of building permits that were taken out in the 50s that really show some of the things that they were trying to do. They were trying to add an apartment in the basement at one point, at which, I mean, you can, when you go down there, we can see where they tried, but it's not there. So today I'm going to take another bite of this watermelon. I'm going to try to solve this insulation problem. If you've got ideas, please shoot them down there. If you're enjoying these videos, throw me ideas for what you want to see, what I can do better, right? I'm going to try and maybe do a couple like how-tos and actually show you the work being done so you can see what I'm talking about more than just me talking about it. But we'll see where it goes. So if you aren't subscribed, subscribe so you can see these things in your feed. And that'll make my life a little easier, especially helping you out when you take a look at them. So that's my day coming up. This watermelon is big, but I'm going to take one bite at a time. Thank you, and I will talk to you later.